Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Ankit Singh Tomar, and I'm a clinical fellow with Dr. Paul T. Finger. I'll be presenting our research about the American Joint Committee for Cancer Staging for Retinoblastoma. This registry-based study was conducted in 18 centers from 13 countries in 6 continents, and all authors were a part of AJCC Ophthalmic Oncology Task Force. The authors have no conflict of interest, and the registry received funding from these foundations, who had no role in the design or conduct of this research. Herein, we assess the potential of the 8th edition of AJCC Cancer Staging System for retinoblastoma to predict metastasis-related mortality and local treatment failure based on tumor category. We also compared the AJCC RB staging to prior existing classifications, namely the Children's Hospital Los Angeles and Wills Eye Hospital classification. But before we proceed, let's discuss why do we need the AJCC RB classification. The fact is, none of the existing classifications predict both globe and life salvage. The use of multiple staging systems confuses clinical, research-based, and cross-specialty communication. In contrast, the AJCC staging system works on a standard, world-accepted TNM framework. It is the only system to incorporate heritable trait as well as both intraocular and extraocular retinoblastoma. Since it is already adopted by the AJCC's worldwide counterpart, the UICC, this system has been accepted by medical oncology, radiation oncology, pathology, medical journals, and societies across the world. About our study, we created a multi-center international internet-based retrospective registry to evaluate the AJCC staging system for RB. All centers obtained an institutional review board and ethics approval to share de-identified data and conform to the tenets of Declaration of Helsinki and HIPAA. Each center utilized its own diagnostic and therapeutic methods. Clinical, demographic, and treatment data were noted. Local treatment failure was defined as need for secondary enucleation or EBRT after an attempt at eye salvage, whereas RB metastasis-related deaths were analyzed in the survival outcomes. Patient survival and globe salvage were analyzed using the 8th edition AJCC clinical tumor categories for statistical significance. This multi-center RB study collected world data from 2,190 patients who received treatment between 2001 and 2013. Let's first look at the life salvage analysis. The median follow-up period was 4 years, and over this follow-up period, 5% patients developed metastatic disease. From the graph, we can see that the smaller tumor categories, that is CT1 and CT2, have excellent life prognosis, whereas CT3, the yellow curve, and CT4, the red curve, are significantly diverging. The cumulative survival for the most advanced category, that is CT4, was 45% at 5 years. Cox proportional regression hazard analysis showed that CT3 had an 8-fold risk, whereas CT4 had a 48-fold risk of metastatic mortality when compared to CT1A. It is important to note that both CHLA and WH classifications were never intended to predict metastatic mortality. However, in that they have been used for such, we performed a similar statistical analysis for comparison. These graphs highlight two important facts. Number one, AJCC RB classification had a better tumor stratification for risk of metastasis-related mortality than CHLA and WH. And number two, note the group E lines, that is the red curve on both the graphs. Due to difference in the staging criteria for CHLA versus WH, there was a significant difference in the number of patients in group E. CHLA had 797, whereas WH had almost double, that is 1473. And this resulted in a skew in resultant prognosis. A similar analysis was conducted for all enucleated eyes. We found that high-risk pathological features have a higher risk of metastatic mortality, with extrascleral spread, that is PT4, having 77-fold risk when compared to intraocular disease, that is PT1. Of the 1,574 eyes with attempted globe salvage, 27% needed EBRT or secondary enucleation. With increasing CT category, there was a proportionate increase in the risk of local treatment failure. CT3, which includes clinical high-risk features such as aseptic cellulitis, hyphema, vitreous hemorrhage, neovascular glaucoma, etc., had a 45-fold risk of local treatment failure compared to CT1A. While comparing these three classification systems, AJCC and CHLA have comparable globe salvage curves with significantly diverging lines, especially in the advanced RB cases, that is, group C, D, and E in CHLA. WH, on the other hand, has relatively unbalanced curves due to identical prognosis of group C and D, that is the yellow and the purple curves, for 2-year mark, and then very few patients beyond that. Our results highlight the importance of international multi-center cooperative data sharing for rare cancers. The result of the study validates the prognostic ability of AJCC-RB classification for metastatic mortality and local treatment failure. To summarize, AJCC-RB 8th edition staging should be adopted as a universal RB classification to enable uniform clinical, research, and cross-specialty communication. It addresses intraocular and extraocular retinoblastoma, histopathological features in enucleated eyes, nodal and systemic status, and predicts metastatic mortality and globe salvage. The links to our research papers are shown on the screen. The first paper is about the risk of metastatic related mortality and life salvage. The second one is for local treatment failure and globe salvage, whereas our third manuscript talks about treatment outcomes by national income across the globe. In conclusion, the 8th edition AJCC-RB staging is derived from evidence-based data and international consensus. We believe that the universal adoption of this system will clarify outcome reporting and improve research and patient care. If you found this video helpful for your understanding or clinical practice, or if you support such multi-center international cooperative research, or if you just want to help, please consider visiting the Eye Cancer Foundation website and making a donation to support this initiative. Thank you.